Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we had a riot in the low risk area, which as far as riots go, it's probably the one to worry the least about. If it was a riot in this area, then maybe that's a bit more of a problem. We do have a couple of problems, however. Firstly, we need to remove some weight benches from all of the yards, as you can see from the left hand side here, which we'll do very, very promptly. And also, speaking of yards, we need to fix this one because it is far too small. I did pose a possible solution last episode, and I think we're going to go with that. People have put forward the motion that we don't need to do the yard because we do have individual things in the cells and things like that. Like, basically, we don't need a shower or yard in here. Now, that is true. However, because I don't know how these grading things are going to work, because obviously these are graded, if we go over to logistics, we can see these are graded 4, and a lot of the prisoners are only entitled to room 1 and 2, especially the ones that are going to kick off regularly. So maybe this is going to be all for naught, but we'll have to see how things go. So I think I'd rather just go with the yard and put the shower in as well, get it all sorted, and then we know that that's pretty okay. There will be a bit of an issue when it comes to the shower, however, because we're going to redo them so they're basically flipped and then just have a bit of a wall here. The problem with that is they're going to be open to the elements, and then because of that, it means that if they get broken, they're going to hit the metal detector and then it's going to set on fire, and that's not good. So, yeah, let's just see how we get on. So let's just go over to our objects and then to dismantle objects. We want to dismantle all of the objects around here. We're going to do the same thing in the shower. We'll do the same thing on the yard as well because we can, and I think that is about right. We're then going to go down to the other yards, and we should still be on dismantle, which we are, and... What? Why was it not dismantling? It's not dismantling. Why is it not dismantling? Am I missing something? Those are all dismantled. Can't dismantle those. Ah, I know why. That's under control by because of a gang. Right, okay. That's probably what it is. Let me just double check that. I'm pretty confident that's exactly what it is. We'll go over to intelligence, gangs, and yes, it is controlled. So we will evict them. This is going to make them kick right off, but hey-ho, that's their problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll see if we can evict these ones because we can't issue any orders or changes to this thing until they've been evicted. Now, the eviction will take place over the course of some amount of time. I was going to be a bit more specific, but quite frankly, I don't know how long it takes. It requires a minimum number of guards. Currently it says we need 5 there. There's 6. That's the minimum threshold. So this should be slowly being reduced. Yes, it is. You can see it's slowly going down there. And then once it's equalised out, we'll be able to remove those because at the moment we can't touch that, and that is a big problem. So, we can see that there is a lot of prisoners going to the shower, as it is indeed shower time. We should be getting some intake. No, 0 prisoners arriving. Let's have a quick look there. We can see that we've got minimum security 108 and the safe capacity 103. So, why is that not correct? Let's go to intake. It is filter capacity. So that... What? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. And at this point, I really don't care too much. It might be because of some of the orders that we issued when it comes to evictions. Perhaps. Anyway, it looks like that is... I believe that's under my control now, is it? It is not under my control. You can see there are some people still coming in here, and they are gang members as well. So that might be a bit of a problem. Just double check gangs there. It's still slowly going down. Eviction is still on. We're probably going to get a little bit of a food fight around here. It generally kicks off this time in the morning, but apparently not. And also, people have, for whatever reason, not figured out how a bench works, or rather, assumed that a bench works exactly like other former seating methods, like a toilet. And we've got Kevin here, prisoner number 54, went for a more advanced stream of advanced parole, and yeah, they will be leaving, but sadly not in the way that they want. The mayor is calling you. Failed to remove all weight benches from the yards, which are now required by law. You've been fined, and it will continue to receive fines until you comply. So yes, we basically don't have much choice about that one. That was Kevin here, Tom Evans, and Christopher Donny. So anyway, we are fined, and it's gonna slowly go down, or rather slowly go up the fine. Now money's slowly going to go down. Let's just have a quick double check at the gang setting here. It's still on eviction, but it's still taking a sweet time about it, which is not good. Danger level obviously flying up because we're going to put a lot of the gang members and indeed leaders in here, and it's also booting off. Oh, that's a riot. We have another riot going. See that? They're all kicking off in the chapel. Because that's a spiritual leader. Is that the opposite of Buddhism? What does it specifically say? What spiritual leader, I guess. But either way, smashing up the area is generally not good. Anyway. So, it looks like that was starting to become a taken over area. You might have seen it slowly go red a little bit, but it wasn't an official riot. Not that there's really such thing as an official one. There might be an officially registered riot from our side, but not from theirs. They're not going to put the paperwork in to do all of the to make sure that they have all of the permits for said riot. Anyway, what I'm going to do is go to bulldoze. I'm going to bulldoze just one section here. Whoa, that was a problem. Do you see that? It just totally flipped over to that side for some reason. I don't know why, and also I don't know if it's issue that bulldozing there. We'll have to see. We'll also go for materials and remove walls. We want to remove the walls all the way along there, and the mayor's calling again. So you failed to remove the workbenches. Another fine. Well, I can't remove them while they're under the this gang here. I don't know what the solution would be, other than we are slowly evicting them and then I'll remove them. I mean, I don't have much choice. Today's frustration-free beverage is a nice cup of chamomile tea, and it is needed because I think they're going to start re-establishing. They were going to start re-establishing domain in the yard there, but they've headed off. You can see they do control the common room as well. 22 red gang members, 3 green, 3 blue. No leaders or lieutenants for the green and blue. And looks like they did try to do something in here, and it didn't work out for one of them, and the other ones have decided that the plan was suboptimal. So let's just keep checking over on the gangs here. That is very close now to being finished. It's on about maybe an eighth of what it should be, or rather, it's about a sixth. You can see they're now establishing control in the common room, which is understandable. See that there? I don't know what's going on there. Ashby looks like to be chatting away with Smith, a different gang member. Ashby is a snitch, though, I believe. I'm sure they're a confidential informant. No, they're not. I thought they were. It looks like there's an OD there, but it's resolved itself. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it is actually being resolved. So that's almost finished. And there's another fine. I mean, it's just going to keep calling us. Very tempted to call the this episode "Everything's Fine," which it clearly is fine. It's a lot of fines for sure. Oh, don't be coming in here. Oh, they all have the shirts off. They're ready to go. They were ready to go. But we're more prepared. And that should now be under control of ourselves. Any tick, there we go. We'll go over to objects and to dismantle. And we need to get rid of all of these post-haste. Prioritize all of the removal of that. And then we need to do a shakedown because it is early in the morning and we didn't do one last time. You can see we now got some prisoner intake there slowly going up, which is good. Interesting that we've got the same capacity for both. I think we have. Right, so that has now been completerated. You can see we've got remove weight benches from yards, which is now done. We're going to do a shakedown and we'll see what we can find. So, there's all that. What we're going to do is put a yard in... not put a yard, sorry. Put a wall in here. That'd be dandy. And then we need also a bit more flooring in there. Obviously, the designations for the rooms are going to have to change. So, yard. And indeed shower. Like that. There we are. Okay. So, there's the shower and the yard. We'll be placing the walls and flooring, and we'll put a door on here, and then we know that these are about right. And then in some amount of time, we can remove the weight benches. It does specifically say, though, remove them from the yards. So we do still have weight benches in the prison. We have them in this common room over here. We have them in... actually, I think that's it. I think it's just this common room where we have them. In terms of stuff that we've found, not just today, but in the last, I believe this is 7 days, 5 batons, 3 shanks, 1 knife, 1 fork, a bottle of medicine, 2 pairs of scissors, 3 bottles of booze, 2 bottles of poison, 3 packets of cigarettes, 1 cell phone, 2 lighters, 2 screwdrivers, 2 drugs, a pair of shears, 3 hammers of the claw type, 5 electric drills, a wooden pickaxe, and 15 ropes. I think you can tell where the weak spot is when it comes to stuff getting stolen. The laundry is the main culprit on that one, I think. Yes. Anyway, so a lot of our time has been spent thus far anyway on the yard and the shower and changing the stuff around. I was going to try and get these done, and we still might, but what I'll just to make sure that we get at least a little bit of them done, I'm going to put the walls and doors and other things like that in. Just a rough bit here. And that should do us about alright there. Danger level is slowly going down. We've got a little bit of a fight there. We might start losing some of the stuff in the yard and such. That's just, par for the course, really. Nature of the beast and all of that. So I'm not too bothered. So we're just going to place some more lights in here. So this yard is now all okay. Obviously, you can see that this thing is shouting that we don't have any drains or other things in there. In fact, I don't think you don't technically need shower heads. Sorry, you don't need drains in here. You just need shower heads, which is interesting. So because of the way we've changed it around, the plumbing won't need to be altered. You can see the plumbing is all correct there, which is handy. I've put a double row of drains in, so not just over the shower heads, but also behind it. If there is any fighting in there, then hopefully that will prevent the water from flowing around. This is not ideal, but this entire top section was... It was always, I wouldn't say an afterthought, but it was always a future us problem that we never really... We were always going to go for execution and death row, such things like that. But I didn't know about what this is going to be, and I still don't know whether we're going to use it. This is mainly for the far bit on the left here. But anyway, let's go over to rooms and then to cells. Obviously, we're going to clicky, draggy, and get that all sorted there. I do, however, want to, before anything else, go to deployment and death row and just make sure that this is set to death row, which it is, which is good. This is also being a bit of a problem, so I'm going to do that. And hopefully, we haven't received any prisoners as of late with them going in there. We have received some prisoners, but I'm hoping they have not been put in here, but we'll find out in a bit. Let's just go over to our informants, and I want to look around, and there we go. So we have Gareth Ellison, prisoner number 147520076, and they are now protective custody because they are a snitch and ex-law enforcement. Once again, we're going to just have a quick scoot around, see if we can find anything here that is all fine, and if there was one in here, they'll have probably already been removed with extreme prejudice. Well, probably not, actually. Probably with extreme rambunctiousness from the rest of the prisoners. Anyway, so there's that sorted. We're getting a lot of money for early prisoner release. We did lose a lot of money because of the fines and such, but in terms of cash, we're really not bothered too much about that. You can see we've got the 2 grants on the go. We're probably never going to get them completed. Certainly the 10 superior beds and the cell block E, we never have any... well, the cell block E we're never going to get completed unless we expand, and that's not on the agenda. The 10 superior beds, I'd like to get that done, but very much doubt it. Current bank loan is 0, so that's good. Valuation, you can see, is 870,000. 860,000 generic currency, and we've sold 40% of our shares, which could be a problem. It looks like it'll be a bit of a kick-off here, and someone's getting attacked. I reckon one of these has got a trait that we should be aware of. That's Ashby, and they're all punching the same person, I believe. No, they're punching these two. So have these got any? No, they're tough. So why are they fighting those? This is Ashby. You can see. I'm gonna get some armed guards in and around this. There we go. They're probably going to put the hands up as soon as these guys turn around. I don't know why they're kicking off. Let's have a quick look at informants here. You can see there is some traits, and it might be them. Right, let's see if they want to pack it in. Don't think they want to pack it in. Oh yeah, that one, you see, they just swore and then put their hands up, and that person did not. Where's Ashby in all of this? They're normally hanging around. No, can't see them actually. Anyway, so danger level, as always, will fly up. So, oh, yeah, there we go. Look, they're being moved over here. That's a problem. So, because this changed its designation, a lot of these prisoners are being removed. They're now going to be escorted back over, probably to the holding cell. That's probably where they'll get transferred over. But we'll have to see how this one goes. There's another death there. Wow, I don't know why it's booting off so much. Oh, I'm guessing, yeah, it's because we have a... Whoa! Another kickoff there. And riots. Riots underway. Where is the riot? I think it's in low risk once again. It does seem to... It's only 4 now. A couple of people were asking in the last episode why the low risk should riot. You're thinking, well, they're the ones that have the least excuse to riot, and also the ones that are least likely to do it. Well, the reason there's a couple of reasons. Firstly, the reason is because it's sort of the maths are correct, but the rationale is not. Obviously, in my opinion, there's another riot. Because a gang member over here is being punished, the entire prison kicks off. It just gets this overall effect, so which is not good. You can see they're all really, really unhappy about that because of gang members are furious, leader being punished, and yeah, they seem to just really push these up. If that's what it feels like, anyway. You can see, look, they're all kicking off for about everything. Safety and food and stuff like that. And ooh, that's a problem. And also, these are not under suppression. There are no armed guards around here, so that's the main reason why those are... I've just moved the clock there. Those are booting off. So this is a big problem. We are losing this thing here. I'm going to have to do something about this quickly, so let's do just that. Let's go over to our emergencies. I want to call in 3 riot police and 2 sets of paramedics, and we're going to try and stop this riot because that is a fairly big issue now. Let's just max speed this out. We're going to select all of these riot guards. In fact, we're just going to select a lot here, and we're going to get them moved straight in. Now, I don't think they'll get very far, not with all these riot guards in and around the place, but remember, they are heading towards the front door, which is not great. So now that we've got all of these in here, this should probably knock it on the head. There's the riot guards there. You can see they're now taking back everything, and that is the riot now stopped. I'm going to keep these around and about because I think it would be useful. There we are. I think that's it. Danger level is obviously going to be staying quite high. I think for this one time I'm going to end the punishment of the leader. Just so danger level goes down and we can get back to normal, because we've got things to repair, we've got other things to deal with, so yeah, I think it's important that we do that. We've lost a couple of guards, so we're going to get some more of those. We're going to get 2 more dog handlers as well, and there we are. Whew. Right, I think we're going to leave it there. I'll get rid of these paramedics, which we don't need those. Yeah, that's been a eventful one. We've had riots, we've had all of this now redone, and bits here sorted as well. So overall, happy with the progress, but next episode we'll have to crack on and get, at minimum, the death row cells completed, and then we'll think about moving people around here, but that'll require us doing things like the patrols and all of that sort of thing. So we'll see how we get on. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.